Well, I think that broadband is becoming the fourth utility around the world. It's something that is becoming fundamental to the way that people live their lives. And the Broadband Commission's job description is to try and help spread the availability, the affordability of broadband. And I think it's a really worthwhile project to be involved in. I think it's a long way from Australia, but I believe that the work that's being done here, the quality is just superb. The information, the capacity to bring it together. A lot of people will not need to reinvent the wheel because the work is being done. And this brings together work from all around the world in a way that's going to be easily accessible. And this will help speed up people's capacity to get a better education. It will begin to make sure that people get a better healthcare system because we're able to bring all this information together under the auspices of the Broadband Commission, and it's going to be able to be promulgated all around the world in a way that is exactly what spreading broadband is about. Well, we're trying to bring together not just the infrastructure build, and there's many different ways that broadband can be made available, through satellite, through wireless and through fibre or copper. So we've got a combination of all of those policies over the next 10 years. But what's more important is it's not about the technology of the infrastructure in the ground. It's about how we're going to use it. And we've just launched in the last few weeks our National Digital Economy Strategy. We've set very ambitious goals for Australia to reach in terms of provision of healthcare services, using broadband, provision of education services, government service. We want 4 out of 5 Australians to be contacting the government using broadband and the internet by 2020. So that's the sort of vision that we have for Australia, and we think they're the sort of goals that are being debated here today at the Broadband Commission, and we want to be part of trying to help promote setting ambitious targets. I think there's areas like disabilities we've just been talking about, providing microfinance to give women better access. All of those sorts of things, they're not natural areas that Australia has focused on in the past, and they're areas which I think are going to be enormously beneficial. So I think we can learn lessons from not just developed nations, but from lesser developed nations who've had to come up with innovative ways to do things. So if there's a smart way that we can learn, then that's again a reason why Australia should be here at the Commission. I think this is a unique commission in that it does bring together some of the brightest people in the sector, in industry, in the regulators and in the governments of the world that are able to share ideas. And as I said, if this brings together faster development of standards in healthcare, standards in education, standards in disability services, standards in making sure women and youth have access to the internet, then that is a fantastic outcome. And having some of the brightest people in the world who've been working on this for years is a fabulous way for us all to make a contribution. Well, I think it's important that we have this debate today so that we're able to go to Geneva in a few months' time with a document that is robust and that has the support of all the commissioners. And that is a challenge at times. There are many divergent views around the Commission, as there should be. So bringing them all together is something that's going to be critical, and having it adopted in Geneva later this year is going to be a significant step forward. I think some of the discussion today talked about the need to sell more. We're preaching to the converted in this room, but it's about how we then take these tools, take these arguments, take these examples and share them with the rest of the world. And I think the advocacy that comes from the Commission, from its report that it'll adopt later in the year, is what it's all about.